Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Tenant Farmer. My name, as always, is David. I hope you're doing very well. You join me. We're in the 5400 loader tractor today as we are hauling some water. We are only about a mile away from the estate, not even really. But we're taking some water back on over so we can continue to fill up our water troughs. Spent about an hour or so on this morning. And we're going to take this one last load over. This is going to be for the pig trough. And then from there, we're done. This should be about it. Now, today we're going to do a little bit of a comparison, really, to show you what I like with the kubota that we still have here. We're going to be out in that very shortly. So I want to show you what I like about that, and also a few areas that I like about the Massey more. So we're going to see. But it's going to be fun. We're going to go for a bit of a road trip with the kubota and the trailer. So yeah, we're gonna I've had about a week or so just doing various different bits and pieces with both machines, really. Obviously, I know this Massey very, very well, and it is nice to kind of see what the modern day equivalent would be, really. Obviously, the kubota benefits in a lot of ways because it is so much younger and has so many nice features that you'd expect to see on a brand new tractor, but. You know, it's this Massey still has its charms. We'll just come back through and we'll shut this gate. As you can see, it's a very frosty, crisp morning, which is good. Makes traveling on ground nice and easy. But yeah, it is super cold, and there's not too much else happening really. But we're making our own progress. We're doing okay, and it's been a good week for that, really. So I'm very happy with that. We've finally managed to sell off that silage, which is over in the far grass field. So we're going to haul a bit of that away today. We're going to use the kubota because we will have to go up one hill, which we have known for some time that the Massey just does not like going up. So this is going to be a great test to see just how well the kubota can pull up the hill. So we shall see. But yeah, first things first, a bit more water into the trough for the pigs, and then they should be good. We have to go back through the estate. All right, so I hope everything is going very well wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Do let us know down below, and I always love to see how everyone's cracking along. We've been doing a little bit more work with the garden, got a few things sown into there now, so hopefully we should see that starting to take a bit of a hold and take effect soon. But I'm not expecting anything too soon there whilst the temperatures are still so low. The ground is probably going to remain quite dormant for the next little while. But we will see. Oh, it's a little slow. This is one area this Massey does not do well, and that is hills. But anyway, in we come. And we'll crack along. Aside from that, the farm is looking pretty good. I know, speaking to SFTN, I know he recently put up a documentary as to how the farm was originally built. So if you're wondering and you have any questions about that, do go and check that one out, and it should provide all the answers. There, of course, is the kubota. We will be taking that out soon, and we'll see. But we are going to go through past the farm now. Now, we actually took the polytunnel covers down because we were working in there so much. So we will be putting those back up when we're ready to. Okay, and we've obviously got all these silage bales here along with the ones down there. So we have more than enough bales here for what we need, which is why we're selling off that far stack. And just to get that out of the way. Okay. And through we go. And yeah, we're just gonna head on over to there, over to the trough, check in on the pigs, make sure they're doing well. We obviously we feed them daily. They do still like to scavenge around in the ground there and take up any of the roots that they can. That being said, times like this when the ground is a little bit harder there, they don't perhaps get as much joy as they'd like to, so that we do see the rations increase ever so slightly during these times. The grass that we seeded here, obviously it's been kind of pared back a little bit by the colder temperatures, but it's still looking rather good. The plan is going to be that this field's going to get baled for small square bales again, and we are looking into a few methods that we can use to facilitate that, and perhaps even increase our output with that. So we'll have to see But yeah, it's something on the horizon anyway. Out the way, piggies, we're coming. Let's just take ourselves down here a little bit. Okay, so we will... They've got a little bit of water in here, still hasn't frozen over, but we'll give them another trailer load just to keep that topped up. And we'll see how we get going. Alright, so as you can see though, the pigs are all looking very well conditioned actually, so we're putting on a lot of weight there, which is good. And yeah, they still got lots to eat in this grass, so you can see where they've been quite selective in what they've picked off so far there. Pigs are very interesting like that. They will continue to pick and choose. They will come back and eat the rest of this grass, but they're working their way around getting all the better stuff first, and it's interesting how they do that. But yeah, they're all very healthy actually. They've got their nice warm styles to be in when it is getting a bit, the weather's a little bit suspect, but I'm very, very pleased with how they are coming along, keeping warm. Alright, so I feel like this is just a massive marathon gates closing session, but anyway, we're good. Not too concerned about driving across the field here. The ground's so darn hard at the moment. It's fine. So we should be good. This gate we can actually probably just keep open. We'll shut the next one over. I'm still toying with the idea of what to do with this little pasture. I don't know how. I mean, we can probably mow this a little bit down for hay. It's not too big, but I want to try and get as much hay ground as I can. Now, we're probably not going to be in the position to acquire any new ground. That might be a bit of a push. Maybe we can find... I haven't really seen any that's available for lease at the moment either. And at this stage of the year, you want to be getting on that sooner rather than later. Any arable ground is obviously usually being acquired way before this because they'll be putting winter crops in. But I don't really need arable ground. I just want to find some good grassland. So that's something we'll be looking into. However, around the corner we go. We're just going to stick this right next to where the kubota is because I want to, yeah, like I said, I want to just do a little bit of a comparison here really. And see which one I prefer. That one does, that kubota does look good on that trailer though. Okay, so we're just going to stick this down, nose into there. Don't take your time with this trailer, otherwise it will escape you. There you go. I'll about do it. Perfect. Well, okay, so we've had this for about a week or so, like I say. We've been using it for across the board, really doing a lot of different things, using it to fill the diet feeder up there and shifting bales around. And in the winter there, typically that's all you're going to be using it for. That's all that this loader tractor is used for anyway, and a little bit of road work here and there, but no great stretches. So we've only really been able to compare it against an average day, really, which is pretty much perfect for what we need. A couple of things that really stand out to me that I've enjoyed more than on the older Massey. First of all, if we just look at the from the physical side of things, it's a bit heavier. It feels a lot more stable when you're lifting bales, especially some of these round bales are a little bit bigger, and especially the silage bales are a lot heavier. So I can lift and move two of those around with ease. When you get them a little bit higher on the old Massey there, you do start to feel it a little bit, and it is becoming a little bit top heavy. So that has to be a bit of a concern. It's something you have to always have at the forefront of your mind there and adjust accordingly. With the kubota, less so. Additionally as well, it has a faster hydraulic pump on it, so the loader arm does move faster, even when you got bales on there. If you want to lift them up to stack them somewhere, for example, you can do that a lot easier, I found, and a bit of a higher reach on it as well. As you can see, very compact loader on the quickie loader on our tractor over the kubota loader there. The downside, it is a bit bigger. And I know I just said that was a positive, but shunting around in the yard is a little bit trickier there. It is, it does feel nice and light on the front end, but it is still a larger tractor, so you do have to put extra cuts in. The turn circle is definitely a lot better on the Massey than it is on the kubota there, so that's something I definitely noticed. And you start to notice after a while, especially if you're using it to feed fill the mixer wagon, you do start to notice that extra length there after a little bit, and it's certainly quite a lot. I did find that the tires are a lot grippier as well, bigger, wider tires as well. Does mean you get that extra stability but extra traction. If you ever get onto softer ground there, you have a lot more ease to get out of it. And we'll start up. Obviously, Creature comforts inside here. This is a lot more modern there. I think we're looking about 15 years the junior to the Masio there. So naturally, the visibility is significantly better. Larger windows there. We're into a 4-post cab rather than over there you've got your 6-post really. So it's just a lot easier to see out of one huge big pane of glass on the side for the door there, which really gives you some cracking visibility, and which I do very much like. More comfortable to be in, more ergonomic really as well in terms of where all of your spool valves and all your switches are. I found there. The Massey's not bad by any stretch there, but just the small little things that you do notice. And yeah, really did like that an awful lot. It's a cleaner, just a tidier cab to be in, but again, I think that just comes with age really. It's quieter as well. Again, probably coming down to age, but it just is a very smooth cab to be in. A lot of the controls are very similar in terms of how they've been laid out there, because I really think that the 5400 series was the beginning of having ergonomics in mind when you're inside the track cab, so certainly thought that was something. But yeah, we're going to take this for a bit of a ride. Like I say, we're going to head on over to our silage field in the distance, and then yeah, we'll start loading the trailer over there and see how we get on. So let's just head on out. We need some gears. And we need to be, we're in medium there. Okay, and we'll just take ourselves away nice and slowly. Now, one thing I have noticed is this particular model here does come with the more manual gearbox. You've got the 3 ranges and then the 7 gears in that range are on the button. Now, what I found, we're in 7th here in medium. And what I found is there's not too much of a difference between low range and medium range. But then when you get on into the gap into the high range there is quite something. I'm going to just let this stop here, and we're actually going to go down to medium. And we're kind of doing about 5 miles an hour-ish, and then we go into medium there, and we get up to about 10 at the top speed, which I suppose is quite something, but it feels like it's awfully slow in both these ranges. Now we're just going to knock this down a bit, go down the gear, and then go into the high range, and we're away. Suddenly it's just a rocket ship. If you're floating around in the yard there, I found that I was actually doing a lot of the work because the forward reverse shuttle is so good. I found I was doing a lot of my loader work in high range and like kind of 1 to 3 gears. So it's quite interesting. I do find that it's a very smooth transition through the gears as well. As you click on the button there, you don't feel any jerks or any sudden changes. It's a nice smooth change up through. And then before you know it, we're in top gear there. So yeah, it's very interesting for sure. Stick a few lights on as well. Took a little bit getting used to the difference between the forward and reverse splitter, but then that's usually the case when you move from one tractor brand to another. But yeah, otherwise it's been great. I've really enjoyed getting used to it all. And it just kind of hums along a bit more when it is in when we are in top gear on the road there. We want to load this up with bales and just see how it gets on when we take it for a drive. We're gonna go up that same hill to sell these, so I know what that's been like in the past. So at least I have an idea. Okay. And again, we're choosing the time to come into here when it is nice and hard under the foot. Quite a lot of grass in here. It's mainly all just stalks right now because of the because it is winter. But that being said, it's good to know it's still here. What we'll do. Haven't really had to use the 3-point linkage for too much on the back. Not really that time of year for it, but then again, if we were ever going to replace the loader tractor, it's not my main concern. Main concern is always how is the handle loaded and what is it like when you you know, to tow trailers around. That's mainly where this will get used. Now I must say this tractor is a little bit bigger in terms of horsepower raise. This is around the 140 horsepower, so it's closer to the 5470 that we actually have. And all right, so we're gonna get this all loaded up here, and then we'll probably take you along for a ride. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to do anyway, but I just wanted to stop here for a second and just kind of show you that that it just seems to be a little bit more of a well-balanced machine. Yes, we've got the heavier wheel weights on the back here, but I always think that's gonna be a better option to have when you are using the tractor as a loader tractor anyway. I think that's really good. Despite the fact that the one good thing that the Massey has is, of course, it is a drop nose, so your visibility out the front is a lot better. The sides are always a little bit better on these newer tractors anyway. But that being said, the main thing I want to try here now is what this is like pulling. So we're going to get this all loaded up here. Stick, well, no, maybe you go for about 10 on here, so we'll see how we're looking, and then we'll take it for a spin. All right, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we are all strapped up, ready to go. I had a bit of an accident, and then I ripped the bale open here. So we're going to leave that one here. We're going to come back and collect it ourselves and just put that straight into the feeder. Yeah, these things happen. I'll get used to it today. It's no hardship. Right, offwards we go. So we're not going too far from here. What we do need to do, though, is just take our time to eke on out. And away we go. It already seems like it's gunning through. We're in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh again. Smoothly through the range. The speed just builds there. We're not revving the nuts off this thing either, but it's comfortable. Is the way I think I'd describe it there. Very, very comfortable. Now, of course, the big test will be what will happen as we get up into this little hill up here. But I've got every confidence. Not the best I can see. There you go. So yeah, it's actually going to be quite a sharp little turn up here. We need to be a little careful with this. Okay, let's just take our time. Ooh, it's always a worry. It's good. It's rocked back over the other way though. Hey, there you go. Oh, it's just cruising up the hill. I can even change up a gear. With 14-ish K, I think that is now. And it's flying up. This last little hill bit here is always the kicker, really. It always grinds out any speed that you had. We'll change down before we get into it. We're at 8 still. At this point, the Massey there is grinding to about 1 or 2. Oh, it's happening. We're down into the medium range now. And look at it, it's still climbing up there. I love this gearbox on this thing. Oh, it just took that with ease. Didn't even struggle. And away we go. We changed up into the top range, as you can probably hear. And nailed it, really. Quite a heavy load in the back there. We have got 11 bales. Or 11 bales silage. The largest bales that we can able to wrap there, 1.5 meters, I believe. Yeah, that's gone very, very well. And we're away. Look at the beautiful day in the mows here as well. Absolutely awesome. Really, really nice to see. And just like that, folks, we're through. We're heading on down to drop these off, where there'll be a bit of a bale merchant down here who buys and sells bales, so we're able to get him to buy our silage bales off of us. Which is great, and it's not too far away from us. We've got this kubota for another few days, so let me know if there's anything you'd like to see us do. You know, always intrigued to know if there's any tasks out there that you think you'd like to see a hire tractor go through. And also, if you're watching out there and you happen to be working for a different dealership with a different tractor in, and you want us to have a look at it, let us know. We'll be happy to do a little bit of a comparison. We're up there, we're up. Good stuff. Awesome. Well, in that case then, I think what we are going to do is swing this around here. Up. And we're going to see where our man is with the telehandler, to see where they're going to unload all this to. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's just a little bit of a comparison. Just pros and cons of each, and which one I've been preferring really more than anything else. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts and feedback are down below, and which one you prefer out of the two. Until next time, I hope you have enjoyed. I've been David. This has been another episode of the Tenant Farmer, and we will see you all in the next one. Catch you later.